Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Once again, we are meeting just to, this time not to discuss anything on content, but really the purpose of this video is to take you through, what you should do moments before you write your final exam for physical science. So I'm just going to give you a couple of pointers that will help you to maximize your results when it comes to your exam tomorrow. So number one, the first thing that I'd like for you to do is please decide now. Of course, by now you should know which sections you are more comfortable with and which sections you are more confident on. All right, so when you get into the exam tomorrow, okay, the first thing that you should do, start with those sections that you are more confident on. Okay, so how does that help you? It will help you to actually gain more confidence and lessen anxiety. Remember, the less anxiety that you have, the more you can, the better you can perform actually. So make sure that you start on those sections that you are more confident in. Now, the exam that you'll be writing, remember, it's pretty much standard. Okay, the first part is the multiple choice. The second question is on Newton's laws. The third question, I can go on and on and on. It's pretty much standard. So don't be intimidated by an unfamiliar diagram. Okay, so just use your knowledge, what you've learned already. There'll be nothing new essentially. It will just be presented differently. Okay, so just make sure that you go through the questions, you highlight what you need, and you know that you can you read through rather carefully on your information, and then use the relevant equations to actually go through the questions. Okay, number three, remember, there's what I call the 10-second rule. So how you apply the 10-second rule is, after you've read through your information, after you've highlighted, after you've decided what to do, if you still don't have an idea how to tackle the question, I'd say don't waste any more time. Go on to the next question. Because what that does is that your brain continues to work on the problem that you have. I don't know if any of you have ever experienced this, when you're walking or going to a mall and you meet someone and you've forgotten their name, right? But what happens? You find that later on you then remember their name again, right? So what happens? The moment in between, your brain was continuing to work on the problem that you encountered earlier. So just make sure that when you don't know what to do, you don't waste any more time. Just move on to the next question so that you can ensure that you maximize the time that you have. The next point is, don't spend more time on a question than what is necessary. Remember, you've got 180 minutes to finish 150 marks. Okay, so that's 1 minute, 1.2 minutes for every mark. All right, so just make sure that you time yourself properly. So in a sense, when you've got let's say for argument's sake, a 5-mark question, all right, you multiply that by 1.2, that should give you about 6 minutes. Okay, so it means that you cannot spend over 6 minutes on that particular question if you are to finish in time. I would say to you, if you start with the sections that you are more familiar with, obviously you're going to save time because you're going to answer those quite quickly, and then that would give you enough time to then tackle the sections that you are not familiar with, and now the advantage would be, and now you've got more time and you've gained confidence, you are less anxious, and so you are able to tackle those questions even better. Right, and another thing, just remember to calm yourself down. Okay, right, you cannot escape exam anxiety, but what you can do is, just talk yourself as you read through, as they give you that time to read through the question paper, just familiarize yourself and calm yourself down. Remember that there's nothing new that they'll be asking tomorrow. It's just asked differently. Okay, so what you need to do is just make sure that you calm down as you read through the question, as you highlight everything. Just make sure that you are as calm as possible. For instance, when they give you questions, there are things that you already know. For instance, when they say to you constant speed, you just highlight there, that means that acceleration is 0, and all of those. And finally, all right, so the last thing that I want you to remember about today is, remember, as you are preparing, have a cut-off time. All right, the more you keep working, the more you get yourself into a frenzy, the more anxious you'll feel. And that's the last thing that you want going into the exam tomorrow. So decide, at a certain time, just stop. All right, what you know. What you still don't know, you don't know. Okay, what you just need to do is just make sure that when that cutoff time comes, you just stop working and you make sure you get sufficient amounts of rest. Okay, so that will make sure that obviously when you go into the exam tomorrow, you are as rested as possible, you are as calm as possible, and you've got a better chance to actually do better. And now from me, I just want to say to you matriculants and those of you who are upgrading this year, in 2021, all the best for your exam tomorrow. It's really been a tough year, but hopefully with all the videos that we've made together, you are able to not only just enjoy them, but they've helped you to actually do better in physical science. Otherwise, from me for now, I'll see you again next time. Sharp, sharp.